This is Brian. He's 43 years old, super jacked, and living in Texas. And in 2021, Brian came up with one hell of a plan to make some money. He called himself Liver King, and his whole pitch? That you could look like this by eating raw meat, living like a caveman, and of course, buying his line of supplements. But it was all a lie. Let's talk about how one of the internet's most absurd fitness influencers built a $100 million empire and then lost it all in the most ridiculous way possible. Brian launches Liver King with a simple message. Liver is king. Eat like your ancestors. Live like your ancestors. Be primal. He's shirtless. He's shredded. And he's everywhere, chomping down raw liver on camera, dragging weights through the woods, doing crazy workouts. And people are eating it up. His social media explodes. 1 million followers on YouTube, 3 million on Instagram, 6 million on TikTok. And he's making serious money, allegedly $100 million a year, mostly from his supplement line, which he claims is the secret to his physique. But there's one big problem. Brian insists over and over again, I don't take steroids. I've always told the truth. And to be fair, he does look insane for his age, 44 at this point, but also too insane, like suspiciously perfect. Enter Derek, aka More Plates, More Dates, a fitness YouTuber who somehow gets access to leaked emails between Brian and a doctor. And boom, the truth comes out. Turns out Liver King is taking over $11,000 worth of steroids and human growth hormone every month. The ancestral lifestyle. Complete BS. Derek drops a full expose and even goes on the Joe Rogan Experience to roast him. There's no way you look like that in your 40s naturally. And just like that, the grift falls apart. Under massive backlash, Brian posts a tearful apology. I'm making this video to apologize because I lied and I misled a lot of people. But the damage is done. His fans are furious. A $25 million class action lawsuit hits him for false advertising. It eventually gets dropped, but his reputation is toast. Liver King disappears from the spotlight until 2025. Now 47 years old, Brian resurfaces on Instagram, but not for a comeback. Instead, he starts posting bizarre videos directed at Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. Man to man, I'm picking a fight with you. He posts more and more, videos getting angrier, darker. In one, he even says, "You're dead, Joe." It escalates quickly. Police are alerted. Joe Rogan tells them he's never even met Brian, but he's taking the threats seriously. Cops track Brian to a hotel in Austin, Texas, and arrest him on the spot. He's released a few days later on bail. Joe Rogan gets a restraining order. Brian now has to stay at least 200 yards away from him. But Brian doesn't stop. The very next day, Brian's right back online, ankle monitor and all, dancing around the restraining order while still talking trash. If your first name starts with a J and last name is Rogan, I invite you to meet my family. Not tonight, though, because of, the law. And then another full-blown threat. I'm heading to you, Joe Rogan. You bleeped up. Liver King cells have been activated across the country. This dude went from selling supplements to threatening podcasters in under 3 years. So to recap, a jacked Texas guy lies about steroids, builds a fitness empire, gets exposed, sues, crashes, and then goes off the deep end calling out Joe Rogan. Moral of the story? Don't lie to millions of people about eating raw liver. And definitely don't threaten Joe Rogan, because one way or another, the Liver King's reign is over. Subscribe for more wild internet stories. Drop a like if you made it this far. And remember, liver is not king. Truth is.